This is a special presentation from Randman Productions in association with 92.9 WBPM, Saugerties, Kingston, Poughkeepsie, New York.
Isn't there anyone who knows what Christmas is all about?
Merry Christmas, everyone. I'm Randy Turner, the Ran Man. Musically speaking, this is a very special time of year when we hear a great variety of songs that don't get much attention for about 11 months, and then we suddenly have an urge to dust them off and play them again. And what a great variety of Christmas songs there are. Songs that make us want to sing together, songs that make us laugh, and even songs that bring us closer together as we reflect on the last year or even Christmases gone by. Today, through the miracle of radio, I invite you to come to my house as we laugh and sing with the lighter side of Christmas. For the next 4 hours, I'll be featuring a variety of holiday music, including parodies of traditional Christmas songs, songs from some of the most popular television Christmas specials, and some other recordings specifically designed to help us laugh and smile through the holiday season. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends and neighbors of all ages, this is my Christmas gift to you. Welcome to Randy Turner's Celebration of the Season from 92.9 WBPM.
Hey! Happy Festivus, everyone! It's a Festivus miracle!
If TV has taught me anything, it's that miracles always happen to poor kids at Christmas. It happened to Tiny Tim, it happened to Charlie Brown, it happened to the Smurfs, and it's gonna happen to us. If I get socks again for Christmas this year, I'll go even more crazy.
'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house, there were lots of mice playing, 'cause the cat was dead.
Hey, get out from under the mistletoe, you're making it droop.
Maybe this is just for suspense before the miracle happens.
Where do you think you're going? Nobody's leaving. Nobody's walking out on this fun old-fashioned family Christmas. No, we're all in this together. This is a full-blown 4-alarm holiday emergency here. We're gonna press on, and we're gonna have the happiest Christmas since Bing Crosby tap danced with Danny Kaye. Merry Christmas, everybody!
You're listening to Randy Turner's Celebration of the Season from 92.9 WBPM.
Santa Giuseppe, he cracks me up. That is Joe Dolce with the Italian Jingle Bell Rock. Now, Joe's the guy who does the classic Italian 12 Days of Christmas, which is so funny, and I get requests for that every year. And I've got that coming up later on my Celebration of the Season. You know, I think we've properly set the tone for the show, and if you're just tuning in, then you picked a good time to join us. I'm Randy Turner, the Ran Man, and this is my Celebration of the Season from 92.9 WBPM, an annual tradition heard around the world, even in places like Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
Let's Ringo.
Bongo, Ringo, whatever your name is.
It's a festival of Christmas comedy with the Ran Man. This is Randy Turner's Celebration of the Season from 92.9 WBPM.
That's a great Christmas memory from back in the 50s by Stan Freberg, another one of those holiday favorites that make us smile and laugh at this most special time of year. I'm Randy Turner, wishing you and your family a Merry Christmas from all of us at 92.9 WBPM, and reminding all the kids out there to watch out for Santa Claus and his toy sack. From the Bob Rivers collection, that's his adaptation of a B-52 song. His version is called Toy Sack. Happy holidays, everybody. I'm Randy Turner. This is my Celebration of the Season heard around the world. And we just got started, so there's plenty more Christmas comedy on the way. Coming up in the next half hour, we're all invited to a birthday party. I think you know who it's for. We'll spend Christmas with Jacques Cousteau. I've got a tune from Satchmo coming up, and so is Dominic the Donkey. Oh yeah. I'm Randy Turner. Stick around for more of my Celebration of the Season right here on 92.9 WBPM.
Gather your friends around you for the holiday season.
Christmas is all about the classics, and we've got them all. 92.9 WBPM.
Dear friend or relative or business associate, Merry Christmas, or Hanukkah, or Kwanzaa, or Solstice, or Voodoo Day. Boy, what a year it's been. Me with my acting and you doing whatever it is you do. Thanks for the Christmas card. It was very beautiful and or humorous. I enjoyed the photo of your kid or kids. Boy, he or she or they are really getting big. Have you seen our mutual friend, if we have one? Can you believe what he or she is up to? Boy, some people. Does your son or daughter or sister or brother or husband or wife still have that drug problem? All you can do is trust in God, or if you prefer, voodoo. How is Granny, or Nana, or Mima, or Yaya? So-so? Hey, how about the professional sports team we both root for? They should fire or rehire that manager of theirs. He's a character. Well, better go. By the way, sorry about throwing up on your carpet that time or times. I hope you received many presents from Santa or the Hanukkah guy or voodoo man. And that the coming year is as good as, better than, or nothing like last year.
I'm so glad you could stick around as the big broadcast continues, and if you're just joining us, welcome. I'm Randy Turner, the Ran Man, and this is my celebration of the season. It's been heard around the world for a quarter of a century from 92.9 WBPM. Through the last 5 decades of popular recorded music, there have been some very creative people who have found new and often quirky ways to make us smile just a little bit more at Christmas time. Now, some of the Christmas songs I'll be playing for you today are more like Christmas narratives, and this is a good example of that. From the Bob Rivers collection, it's The Under the Tree World of Jacques Cousteau on my celebration of the season from 92.9 WBPM.
This Christmas, PBS presents a Christmas special the whole family can enjoy. In the fine Cousteau tradition, Christmas on the Calypso, The Under the Tree World of Jacques Cousteau.
It is a very special morning. Last night, the crew tossed and turned in their bunks in eager anticipation of what awaits us this day. Suddenly, our quiet slumber is interrupted by a huge noise on the deck of the Calypso. We investigate and find the unmistakable footprints of 8 tiny hoofed creatures. How did these 8 strange mammals make the incredible journey across the seas to our secluded location? We can only speculate. My first mate, Jean-Claude, beckons to the rest of the crew.
Everyone, come here quickly, look at these!
The deck of the Calypso is strewn with many packages, all wrapped in brightly colored papers and ribbons, reminiscent of the beautiful Garcia fish indigenous to the psychedelic waters in the Bay of San Francisco. I am reminded of my dangerous encounter with the prickly-backed suckerfish, whose poisonous stinger can twist a man's mind like a candy cane.
This package, it is for you!
We are overwhelmed by the generosity of the mysterious visitor, who has brought a warm feeling and special moment to 12 very cold and lonely men.
Oh, merci, Santa Claus, merci!
The members of the crew dive under the tree without the benefit of wetsuit or oxygen supply. I am concerned that the sub-freezing temperatures and bitter Arctic winds may freeze the balls of our tree, but all is well. And Jean-Claude is pleased to discover the large rectangular box containing the brightly colored floppy-eared bunny slippers are indeed for him. They are just his size and fit his large hairy feet as snugly as the pearl in the shell of the mature oyster.
Oh, Santa Claus, you have the magnificent.
To my dismay, I discover I have once again been overlooked.
Oh, Capitan, what a shame.
I am aghast, but at least the coal will be useful in the cold winter months to come.
The Under the Tree World of Jacques Cousteau, this Christmas on PBS.
As Philippe throws another Yule fish on the fire, the smell is overwhelming.
Hey, yo! Oh, who cut the camembert?
Would you do it? Would you be our Santa Claus?
Get a load of that quote-unquote Santa. I can't believe those kids are falling for it. Hey, Millhouse, I dare you to sit on his lap. Oh, yeah? Well, I dare you to yank his beard off. Ah, touche.
Christmas Eve, kids everywhere are going to bed tonight, waiting for Santa to arrive. You know, there was this scientist up at MIT who calculated that if Santa flew fast enough to get to every house in the world, he would burn up due to atmospheric friction. What if he was covered in Vaseline? just like to see them crunch those numbers.
The whining, the crying, the screaming, the temper tantrums. Okay, I wasn't your traditional Santa Claus.
Santa Claus comes all the way down from the North Pole, and he has all these reindeers with him. And when he gets here, he circles around in the sky until he gets a signal.
Is that you, Santa Claus?
That is Satchmo, Louis Armstrong, on my celebration of the season from 92.9 WBPM. Hey, we're loaded up with all kinds of Christmas fun today. Christmas comedy, Christmas narratives, Christmas novelty songs. I've got them all here for you. This is a special celebration of the season from my house right to yours as we celebrate Jesus' birthday here at 92.9 WBPM.
Probably thought you'd never experience a Christmas like this, right? It's a grand celebration of the season with Randy Turner from 92.9 WBPM.
That's Mavis Staples with the theme song from a recent classic Christmas movie, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. We can't do Christmas in my house without inviting Clark W. Griswold and the family over for a visit. There's plenty more to do on today's big broadcast. We'll go Santa Claus spotting. We'll sing along with Mitch Miller. And we'll roast chestnuts and chipmunks. Oh, I hope that's a typo in the script. Guess we'll find out together. This is my celebration of the season from 92.9 WBPM.
Welcome. Please scan your items and coupons. Please take your items.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
From 92.9 WBPM.
Take the horses out of Tis the season to be jolly. No. Not la. Sing like this. Deck the halls with boughs of holly. Fa la 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 la. Try again. Deck the halls with boughs of holly. Fa la 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 la. Stop. Sing something else. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in one horsey open sleigh. No, stop.
This is an international celebration of the season from 92.9 WBPM. I'm Randy Turner, the Ran Man. And if you're just tuning in, welcome. You missed a little bit of the show, but there's a lot more coming up. So here's a question. Is it possible to turn any song into a Christmas song? That sounds like a job for Brian Setzer and his swing orchestra. From 2015, here's Yabba Dabba Yuletide on my celebration of the season.
What is wrong with these people? You show them a little snow, they break into song about chestnuts nipping at your nose.
You know that I played the elf in the Christmas pageant every year till I left for the army? I never got to play the parts that I wanted to play. Angel, shepherd, room clerk, the guy who said no room at the inn.
Hey, what are you guys doing here? Are you supposed to be Christmas shopping?
You guys haven't gotten your presents yet? Tomorrow's Christmas Eve. What are you going to do?
Don't you have to be claymation to say stuff like that?
Jingle bells, windmills, smells.
Hey, stop that.
Why?
Because it's not nice.
Okay.
Even though it's true, right? This is Randy Turner's celebration of the season from 92.9 WBPM.
His beard is gray, that's nice to play, but his eyebrows ought to be white.
That's another one of those fun Christmas records from the Bob Rivers collection on my celebration of the season from 92.9 WBPM. And there's lots more of his kind of Christmas to share with you as the show continues. Now, this next tune isn't really comedy, but I played it last year on the show, and a lot of people said it brought back some great Christmas memories. In the spirit of the old Saturday night family sing-alongs, here's Mitch Miller, his orchestra, and his chorus with It Must Be Santa on 92.9 WBPM.
Who's got a beard that's long and white?
I never get tired of that one. It's a classic from Mitch Butch Miller on my celebration of the season. I'm Randy Turner, the Ran Man, with lots more Christmas comedy coming up. In the next half hour, a song from the Who's in Whoville, the story of the night before Christmas. And we'll get some help to work off a few extra pounds. We've all been eating too much. There's much more of my celebration of the season coming up. I'm Randy Turner, the Ran Man, on 92.9 WBPM. I'm Randy Turner. Welcome to the second hour of my international celebration of the season from 92.9 WBPM, Saugerties, Kingston, Poughkeepsie, New York.
WBPM, Hudson Valley, New York.
Hello, boys and girls. You know Christmas is a special time in Mr. Robinson's neighborhood. It's a time for giving. And look what Mr. Landlord gave me. It's an eviction notice. Well, that's why Mr. Robinson has to wear this Santa Claus suit to sneak in and out of his building. But it just isn't a disguise, boys and girls. Because when I add this little kettle here, and when I add this little bell, it becomes a small business. Yes, Christmas is a season for giving and for taking. And with this little operation, I figure I'll be taking in about $300 or $400 a day. Oh why must Christmas come but once a year? You know, another reason why Mr. Robinson likes Christmas so much, boys and girls, is because I have so much in common with Santa Claus. We both like to sneak into your house late at night. Only Mr. Santa Claus likes to leave things. Mr. Robinson prefers to take a few things every now and then.
Welcome back to my celebration of the season, a special holiday presentation heard around the world for more than 25 years. I'm Randy Turner, the Ran Man. This guy was one of the first people to test the limits of Christmas comedy many, many, many years ago, and we wouldn't dare do the show without it. Here's The Night Before Christmas from Stan Freberg on my celebration of the season from 92.9 WBPM.
You're listening to Randy Turner's celebration of the season from 92.9 WBPM.
All right, you chipmunks. I'm going to fire up the barbecue.
Yeah, see, now I wonder if David Seville would approve of that version by Bob Rivers. I think he probably would, since the Chipmunks were kind of born from a recording studio accident back in 1958. Now, before you start sending me hate mail for playing that, let's review something that's critically important. My celebration of the season is done strictly for fun, and it's not intended to challenge any of the icons or ideals associated with this special time of year we call the Christmas holiday. So sit back, relax, and just enjoy the comedy. I'm Randy Turner. This is my celebration of the season from 92.9 WBPM. Wow, something smells good.
Wow, I'm sorry, Dave. Did you want Melvin? There's plenty of Theodore left, though. Congratulations.
It's a festival of Christmas comedy with the Ram Man. This is Randy Turner's celebration of the season from 92.9 WBPM.
Trim up the tree with Bizzle, Binks, and Bongs.
Well, there's no doubt about it. Christmas time is here. I'm Randy Turner, the Ran Man, and as long as I've got some of my favorite music with me, I'm always at home. And the most special music I have in my library is my Christmas music. This is my celebration of the season, and the fun continues in a moment with the 12 Pains of Christmas. Music from Burl Ives, a special Jingle Bells montage is on the way. That's a lot of fun. And I'll also play one of the Christmas songs I get the most requests for each year, the Chimney Song. And that's just in the next half hour. Stick around. There's much more fun coming up as my celebration of the season continues from 92.9 WBPM.
We're broadcasting from a big old radio tower with bright lights on it, so Santa won't crash into it. Happy holidays from 92.9 WBPM.
Well, Mom, I hate to put a damper on the festivities, but since Dad's getting us presents, shouldn't we get him something?
It never occurred to me.
Well, I'm not spending any of my money. I've got expenses.
When a new shipment of your favorite perfume come in, Cal? You know, Eau de Shore Leave.
What we've got to do is get Daddy some presents. And as my mom always said, the best presents are in Dad's closet.
Well, I'm going to give Daddy something that he's never used before. His toothbrush.
And I'll get him his underwear.
I'll get him his winter coat that Buck's been sleeping on.
This is an international celebration of the season from 92.9 WBPM. Merry Christmas, everyone. I'm Randy Turner, the Ran Man, with more holiday comedy and rare Christmas recordings. This was released in 1986, and, well, I guess you could just say there's a lot of stuff in here that a lot of people can relate to at this time of year. It's track 1 from the first Bob Rivers collection. Here's the 12 Pains of Christmas on 92.9 WBPM.
Nice around here, isn't it? I call it Christmas Town, better known as the North Pole. The Christmas tree forest. Yep, here's where we grow 'em. Nice place to live, you know. Christmas seals. Of course, the number one citizens up here are the Clauses, Santa and the Missus. They live right over there. First castle on the left. Matter of fact, the only castle on the left.
That song became an instant Christmas classic the minute it was released in 1965. That guy was just filled with holiday spirit. From the TV special Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, it's Burl Ives on my celebration of the season from 92.9 WBPM. I'm Randy Turner, the Ran Man, and it's great to have you along. As the celebration continues, it's time for another piece of Christmas comedy. This one's about a little girl who's hearing noises that she can't quite explain. It's absolutely adorable, and it's one of the songs I get the most requests for each year. This is the Chimney Song on my celebration of the season from 92.9 WBPM.
There's something stuck up in the chimney.
Jingle bells, ring smells.
Hey, stop that.
Why?
Because it's not nice.
Okay.
Even though it's true, right? This is Randy Turner's celebration of the season from 92.9 WBPM.
Just hear those noses sniffling.
Oh, please pass her some tissues. And I hope you're not suffering with the flu this Christmas. I'm Randy Turner, the Ran Man. And if you're just tuning in, welcome to my special celebration of the season. A gift from my house to yours. I've been celebrating the season this way for more than 25 years, and I'm so glad you could join me today for a little laughter and fun. There's a song about the Jolly Guy coming up, plus we'll go laughing all the way. And that classic version of Blue Christmas by Porky Pig is on the way, too. This is my celebration of the season, heard around the world from 92.9 WBPM.
You supply the twinkly lights. We'll supply the twinkly music. Happy holidays from 92.9 WBPM.
The problem I have with Christmas trees, you spend so much time decorating the front of it, you never get to see the back of it. So I got this idea from an old college turntable. Maybe we could motorize this thing. So I used a 10-amp heavy-duty synchronous motor, triple reduction gears, and a 4-to-1 final drive.
Wait, excuse me, Tim. Are you sure you connected the spur gear to the final drive instead of the motor output shaft?
Al, I'm insulted. You know who you're talking to?
Yes, I do, Tim.
This is a celebration of the season that's been heard around the world for more than 25 years from 92.9 WBPM. I'm Randy Turner, the Ran Man, and this is my way of inviting you into my home for the holidays. I've got our Jingle Bells theme set coming up in a few minutes, and that's a classic. But as we get the show going once again, here's a song about the big guy in the red and white suit who's coming to town on my celebration of the season from 92.9 WBPM.
You probably thought you'd never experience a Christmas like this, right? It's a grand celebration of the season with Randy Turner from 92.9 WBPM.
Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas!
Okay, no more punch for that guy. Hey, if you're just tuning in, welcome to my international celebration of the season. I'm Randy Turner, the Ran Man, on 92.9 WBPM. Okay, let's roll that old Victrola up here again and drop the needle on another great 45. Back in the 50s and 60s, a guy named Bill Buchanan teamed up with another guy named Dickie Goodman. They were kind of a strange pair, but very, very creative. They would take the latest hit records, transfer them to tape, and then cut them up, move them around, and they did a great job of making some really unique comedy recordings. Dickie Goodman even had a hit in 1975 with Mr. Jaws. Maybe you remember that one. But here's one of their creations from way back in 1957. This is Santa and the Satellite from Buchanan and Goodman on my celebration of the season from 92.9 WBPM.
Here is a news bulletin.
Just one more strand of lights, one more, and I'll have the best decorated house on the block. We've all said that at least once in our lifetime, right? Hey, welcome. Come on in. Pull up a comfy chair and stay a while. I'm Randy Turner, the Ran Man, and this is my celebration of the season. It's been heard around the world for more than 25 years from 92.9 WBPM. Time to go back to our old record player. We'll be doing that a few times during the show. Right now, we're going back into the late 50s with a record from Bobby Rydell and Chubby Checker. They were among the hottest hit makers on the radio back then. And you know, back then, there was a bit more camaraderie among the artists. Even though everybody wanted to have the next big hit record, all the performers and artists really did get along pretty well, and sometimes they even wanted to work together. Bobby and Chubby hooked up in a recording studio, and they recorded a version of Jingle Bell Rock. And then for the flip side of that single, they did something really fun, where they sang Jingle Bells the way many other performers would sing it. I get a real kick out of stuff like this. Here's Jingle Bell Imitations with Bobby Rydell and Chubby Checker on my celebration of the season from 92.9 WBPM.
Well, Chubby, it's about that time of the year.
Merry Christmas, Bobby! Merry Christmas, everybody!
Hi, this is Tom Bodette from Manger 6. We know you've been traveling a lot this holiday season, and you've probably been told there's no room at the inn. Well, that's just not the case here at Manger 6. Why, for just 29 drachma, we'll put you up in a warm, comfortable stable with plenty of fresh milk for the newborn. There's even individual stalls for your mules, camels, or whatever you happen to be driving across the desert. And in case unexpected visitors decide to drop in on you, shepherds, wise men, Holy Ghosts, it's not a problem at Manger 6. There's plenty of frankincense and myrrh to go around. This is Tom Bodette from Manger 6 reminding you there's always room at this inn. We'll even leave a star out for you.
Suddenly it's Christmas, right after Halloween.
That's Loudon Wainwright III on my celebration of the season at 92.9 WBPM. He's probably best known for a song he made in the 70s called Dead Skunk in the Middle of the Road. That's a classic. And he did some special appearances on MASH as well. That's his offering for the holidays. Suddenly it's Christmas. I'm Randy Turner, the Ran Man. Thanks for listening to 92.9 WBPM all year and for making my celebration of the season part of yours. We're going to be together for a few more hours, provided that you leave the radio on, and I hope that you will. Here's a few reasons to do that. In the next 30 minutes, a TV classic, Bing and Bowie's Little Drummer Boy. Plus a salute to the king of rock and roll, Elvis Aaron Presley, and a Christmas cartoon classic sung by Thurl Ravenscroft. That name will keep you scratching your head for a few minutes. Trust me, you'll know it when you hear it. I'm Randy Turner, and this is my celebration of the season from 92.9 WBPM. I'm Randy Turner. Welcome to the third hour of my international celebration of the season from 92.9 WBPM, Saugerties, Kingston, Poughkeepsie, New York.
WBPM, Hudson Valley, New York.
Christmas carols. I love them. We got to do some of that at the party tomorrow.
Way ahead of you, sir. That's why I've been writing down the words. I'm going to make copies for everybody. It's amazing how many of the old holiday songs I remember by heart.
3 French horns, 2 turtlenecks, and a partridge in a pair of trees. You're right. It is amazing.
Welcome back to my celebration of the season. It's been heard around the world for more than 25 years from 92.9 WBPM. I'm Randy Turner, the Ran Man. Now, a few minutes ago, I mentioned the name Thurl Ravenscroft, and some of you are probably still scratching your head thinking, Thurl Ravenscroft, who the heck is that? Well, maybe you're more familiar with the name Boris Karloff. Let me put the puzzle together for you. Boris Karloff was the speaking voice of the Grinch in the TV special How the Grinch Stole Christmas back in 1966. The deep baritone voice that sang the song about the Grinch was provided by Thurl Ravenscroft, and it became an instant classic the very first time we heard it. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch, on my celebration of the season from 92.9 WBPM.
You're a mean one.
Pretty thing, isn't it?
Yes, it is. From Bing Crosby's 1977 TV special, that's his duet of The Little Drummer Boy with David Bowie, right here on my celebration of the season from 92.9 WBPM. I'm Randy Turner, the Ran Man, and it's time for everyone to gather around the radio for a special tribute to the king of rock and roll, Elvis Aaron Presley, from 92.9 WBPM.
You're listening to Randy Turner's celebration of the season from 92.9 WBPM.
Hey, Santa, what's shaking, man?
What's your name, partner? Little partner?
Well, I'm Bart Simpson. Who the hell are you?
I'm jolly old Saint Nick.
Oh, yeah? We'll just see about that.
Since the United States government declares this man to be Santa Claus, this court will not dispute it. Case dismissed.
Santa Claus doesn't need any steps, honey. When he comes, he brings the North Pole with him, and he slides down like a fireman.
You better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town.
That's a reminder for all the girls and boys out there. Santa Claus is watching you. Ray Stevens on 92.9 WBPM. I'm Randy Turner, the Ran Man, and it's good to have you along for my celebration of the season. It's time now for a piece of more contemporary comedy. We live in a world of technology these days, and it's amazing what we can do with our smartphones. Really, it is. But those incredibly powerful tiny gadgets have put a bit of a wedge between people because we're spending less and less time actually talking to our friends and family, and people are doing a lot more texting. Well, a Canadian guy named John Lajoie wrote a song a couple of years ago, which is about something you've all been doing, and you probably did it today, texting Merry Christmas ! To your address book.
You're the dude from high school, I see, yeah.
Now, here's the thing. If you did copy and paste it from a previous text message, you're really just pathetic. You've got to stop that. I love it when such a simple song reflects the true actions of our society. John Lajoie from Canada with Merry Christmas! He's a funny guy, a comedian, songwriter, and that is such a great tune that he made a couple of years ago. Well, our big broadcast continues in just a moment, and in the next half hour, there's music from Bob and Doug McKenzie, and Burl Ives will write a letter to Santa, and I've got ringside seats for a battle between the Heat Miser and the Snow Miser. Place your bets, place your bets. There's more of my celebration of the season coming up from 92.9 WBPM.
You all think Christmas just happens. You think all this goodwill just falls from the freaking sky. Well, it doesn't. It falls out of my holly jolly butt.
Happy holidays from 92.9 WBPM.
Would you like to buy a Christmas wreath? Do you know what you are doing? Don't you realize you're adding to the over-commercializing of Christmas? Not till I sell one.
Welcome back to my celebration of the season, heard around the world from 92.9 WBPM. I'm Randy Turner, the Ran Man, wishing you and your family a joyous Christmas. Back in the late 70s, a group of comedians got together in Canada and started a show called SCTV. Pop quiz, do you remember what that stood for? Second City Television. The show continued through the 80s and into the 90s, and it can still be seen in syndication reruns all around the world. It was a sketch comedy show that gave them the freedom and latitude to do just about anything they wanted. And one of the things they did best was to make fun of themselves, Canadians. The two most memorable characters they came up with were Bob and Doug McKenzie. From their comedy and music album, Great White North. This is their version of the 12 Days of Christmas on my celebration of the season from 92.9 WBPM.
Okay, good day. This is our Christmas part of the album, and you can play this at your Christmas parties.
What? It's a festival of Christmas comedy with the Ram Man. This is Randy Turner's celebration of the season from 92.9 WBPM.
Too much!
Can I get a ruling on that from the judges? I mean, are we calling that a draw? Are all the bets off? Could I possibly get my $50 back? No? Okay. That's not the Christmas spirit, really. That's the Heat Miser and the Snow Miser from the Year Without a Santa Claus TV special. I'm Randy Turner, and I've been celebrating the season this way with the lighter side of Christmas for more than 25 years. I'm so glad you could make my celebration of the season part of yours today. Merry Christmas, and thanks for listening to 92.9 WBPM.
Didn't I get this last year?
Just the elves I want to see. Hitch up the reindeer. We're flying out at $1,900.
He's got a shiny nose.
Shiny? I'd even say it glows.
Well, we'll simply have to overlook it.
Now, how can you overlook that? His beak blinks like a blinking beacon.
Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Nixon, Comet, Cupid, Donna Dixon.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose. And if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. Like a light bulb. Of the other reindeer, we still have to call him names. Like Madola. They never let poor Rudolph join in a reindeer game. Like Strip Poker.
I'm warning you,
one
Goose.
foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say,
Take it, Homer!
Hey, Rudolph, get your nose over here so you can guide my sleigh today.
Oh, Homer.
And
all the reindeer loved him, and they shouted out with glee. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history.
Like a tail of a
You little...
You know Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen.
Jingle bells, ribbon smells.
Hey, stop that.
Why?
Because it's not nice.
Okay.
Even though it's true, right? This is Randy Turner's Celebration of the Season from 92.9 WBPM.
¿Por qué such a sombrero grande, Santa Claus?
That's another bit of Christmas comedy from the king of cartoon voices, Mel Blanc. Bugs Bunny is still one of my favorite cartoon characters of all time, although Marvin the Martian is pretty close behind him. Thank you, Mel. I appreciate all the laughs through the years. If you're just tuning in, you've missed a lot of great Christmas music, but I've got some incredible stuff coming up, including the Italian 12 Days of Christmas, and that'll make you chuckle. Plus, we'll write a letter to Santa and pick out the perfect Christmas tree. I'm Randy Turner, the Ran Man, and this is my International Celebration of the Season from 92.9 WBPM. Merry Christmas, everyone. I'm Randy Turner, Program Director for 92.9 WBPM and host of the Rolling Home Show weekday afternoons. Around here, we have a lot to be thankful for, and most of it is people. I know we make it sound so easy every day, but it takes a lot of people to do all the great things we do throughout the year, and I think they should be acknowledged. People like our company's owner, Jim Morrell. He's up in Albany. We don't see him much in our office, but we know he's proud of what we do. And there's our local general manager, Bruce Feniger, along with our chief operating officer, Steve Borneman, who both give us as much support as they can. Many of you know our station manager, Don Verity. He's responsible for making sure that the radio station makes money. Because, hey, radio's a business after all. You all know our morning guy, Bob Miller. You spend middays at work with J.J. Carter. They're such good friends of mine. You roll home with me after work every day. And our weekend crew is great. Frankenberry, Jimmy Lyle, Steve Shannon, and Tony Roberts. They all add their own special spin to the great songs we play here at WBPM. Now, we realize you may not like those commercials that interrupt the music occasionally, but they pay our bills, and they make our paychecks possible. And these people are the ones who get local businesses to advertise on WBPM, like Amanda Metakakia and Marion Odenwald, Janet May, Jared Bellin, Shirley Stone, Alex Klein, and there's occasionally some others. On the subject of commercials, many of the commercials you hear on WBPM are made right here in our studios. In addition to being WBPM's program director and music director, I'm also the director of commercial creative services and commercial production. My good friend Frankenberry is the guy who helps me get that job done every day. And we often get people at our sister stations to voice commercials for us, including Casey Morabito and Mike Bennett, Andy Bale, Susan Browning, Chris Herman, Jimmy Fink, Bill Beal, Chris Rodriguez, Scotty Mack, Joanna Calabrese, Patrick McKeon, and others. And all those commercials don't just play randomly. They're scheduled by Lisa Livingston. Jimmy Lyles helps us out a lot throughout the year with technical support for our station appearances and events. And our website looks amazing because of Amanda Davis, Sam Favada, and Ashley McCabe. Plus, this whole place runs on computers, and the guy who keeps them running is Evan Blodgett. We also appreciate our engineering team who make sure that the transmitter is always at full power and that all the little buttons and switches do what they're supposed to do. That's Dave Groth and his brother Jeff, and Tom Morgan and Randy Mills. They are great guys, and we appreciate them. And I've probably overlooked a couple of people on the big list, but in the spirit of the season, let me personally say thank you to everyone who contributes to all the great things that happen each year here at 92.9 WBPM. But you know what? None of that would matter if it wasn't for you, our listeners and our fans. You're the thing that we're most thankful for, and we appreciate each and every one of you. You all made us the most listened to radio station in Ulster County this year. So thanks for blasting the biggest hits of all time with us in 2018, and let's keep having fun together in 2019. You can even bring some friends along for the ride if you want to. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from everyone at 92.9 WBPM.
A politically correct Christmas story.
Today, we have the story of a very special holy day that has come to be known to religious people throughout the world as the day before Boxing Day. Many years ago, in a faraway place called Bethlehem, there were two young significant others searching for a temporary multi-room paid accommodation dwelling. The husband was a womb-disadvantaged person who toiled as a woodworking technician. The wife was an unsalaried home caregiver who, thanks to an interpersonal relationship with the non-denominational Supreme Being, had become virginally challenged. In an immaculate kind of way. The two spouses could not find lodging, so they had to sleep in a government-assisted public housing situation, along with other barnyard non-humans. And on this particular night, there was born unto this couple a gender non-specific offspring. Joy spread quickly to a nearby shepherd as he or she watched over his or her flock of potential sweater providers. And the gender non-specific offspring was visited by a trio of intelligent persons who brought gold, frankincense, and their friend Murray. Murray followed an alternate lifestyle, which in no way diminished his worth as a human person. The couple was grateful, although they really could have used an infant car seat and some Huggies. And that's our story. Have yourself a happy, non-specific, seasonally correct, interdenominational, pseudo-holiday festive occasion.
My international celebration of the season continues from 92.9 WBPM. I'm Randy Turner, the Ran Man. And over the last few weeks, children all over the world have been writing out a letter to Santa Claus, or Kris Kringle. He's known by so many names in so many different countries. But the real question is, ¿Dónde está Santa Claus? Here's Augie Rios on my celebration of the season from 92.9 WBPM.
And this will not be necessary.
You probably thought you'd never experience a Christmas like this, right? It's a grand celebration of the season with Randy Turner from 92.9 WBPM.
$45 for a Christmas tree and they don't deliver? You order $10 worth of chow mein from Mr. Wong's, they bring it to your door. Oh, I should have gotten a blue spruce lighter.
We need a Christmas tree. Hey, perhaps a tree. A great, big, shiny aluminum Christmas tree. That's it, Charlie Brown. You get the tree. I'll handle this crowd. This year's tree is just perfect. That old aluminum one was so fake.
I couldn't agree more. From now on, it's plastic all the way.
Dad, can you explain again what we're doing?
Sure, Russ. We're kicking off our fun old-fashioned family Christmas by heading out into the country in the old front-wheel drive sleigh to embrace the frosty majesty of the winter landscape and select that most important of Christmas symbols.
We're not driving all the way out here so you can get one of those stupid ties with the Santa Clauses on it, are we, Dad?
No, I have one of those at home. What we're looking for today is the Griswold family Christmas tree.
Yeah, I'm probably going to get some hate mail for playing that. Come on, lighten up. We're celebrating the season with the lighter side of Christmas from 92.9 WBPM. I'm Randy Turner. Here's the king of cartoon voices once again, Mr. Mel Blanc.
I'm gonna do my shopping.
This would probably be a good time to point out that my celebration of the season is done strictly for fun and is not intended to challenge any of the icons or ideals associated with the Christmas holiday season. And furthermore, it's almost over. There's always one joker out there who wants to send me hate mail for doing this show. And you know what? That's okay, because at least they're listening. I'm Randy Turner, the Ran Man, and this is my way of inviting you into my home for the holidays, because I love to share the music that brings me so much joy at this time of year. And there's a lot more coming up. In the next half hour, we'll be visited by elves, misfits, and monsters. Oh my! And it's all right here on my celebration of the season from 92.9 WBPM. I'm Randy Turner. Merry Christmas, thanks for listening, and welcome to the final hour of my international celebration of the season. From 92.9 WBPM, Saugerties, Kingston, Poughkeepsie, New York.
WBPM, Hudson Valley, New York.
If I had one wish that I could wish this holiday season, it would be that all the children of the world to join hands and sing together in a spirit of harmony and peace. If I had two wishes that I could make this holiday season, the first would be for all the children of the world to join hands and sing in a spirit of harmony and peace. And the second would be for $30 million a month to be given to me. Tax-free in a Swiss bank account. You know, if I had three wishes that I could make this holiday season, the first, of course, would be for all the children to get together and sing. The second would be for the $30 million every month to me. And the third would be for all-encompassing power over every living being and the entire universe.
Welcome back to my celebration of the season. It's been heard around the world for more than 25 years. We're spotlighting the lighter side of Christmas on 92.9 WBPM. And once again, let's go back to the mid-50s with another Christmas cut-up from Buchanan and Goodman on 92.9 WBPM.
We interrupt this record for an important news bulletin.
You're listening to Randy Turner's Celebration of the Season from 92.9 WBPM.
From the animated Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer TV special back in the 60s, we're just a couple of misfits, spending Christmas together, you and I, sharing some Christmas comedy, songs from great TV shows, and other oddities that are in my collection of music for the season. Well, let's see. We had elves and misfits, and I do believe I promised the third of the set would be monsters. Here's Bobby Boris Pickett on my celebration of the season from 92.9 WBPM.
On Christmas Eve, it's a tradition in my family to leave this particular gift at places like this. But part of the custom also holds that for it to be a true act of charity, the gift must remain anonymous.
That is a lovely thought. You have practiced this for many years?
Oh, my. Remember, not a word.
Not a word.
It's a festival of Christmas comedy with the Ram Man. This is Randy Turner's Celebration of the Season from 92.9 WBPM.
Consider that a warning, a community awareness message from 92.9 WBPM. I'm Randy Turner, and I hope you're enjoying the fun with my celebration of the season. Now, earlier in the show, I played the theme song from National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and it's time for another song featured in that movie. Remember when Clark W. Griswold is looking out the back window of the house, dreaming about his new pool, and this song's playing in the background? It's Bing Crosby and the Andrews Sisters on 92.9 WBPM.
A very, very merry, merry Christmas to you.
Maybe one day I'll get to experience Christmas in Hawaii. It's a holiday classic from Bing. And I'm Randy Turner, the Ran Man. Hey, call your friends and neighbors because there's lots more coming up on my big broadcast. You've got to stick around because some of the greatest Christmas songs of all time are on the way, including one from Billy Crystal and a TV classic from Jimmy Durante, Snoopy's Christmas, and Joe Dolce's Italian 12 Days of Christmas. On the way in the next 30 minutes, tape recorders on standby. This is my international celebration of the season from 92.9 WBPM.
And if I had four wishes that I could make this holiday season, the first would be the crap about the kids.
Some thanks I get for trying to spread a little Christmas cheer.
You're spreading around something, but it ain't Christmas cheer.
Happy holidays from 92.9 WBPM.
All right, toddlers, we got some learning to do here. My nephew brought home another book the other day, just burns me up. Now they want to politically correct up Christmas stories so they don't offend nobody and everybody everywhere can enjoy them. So this is a story formerly known as 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. It is now called 'Twas the Night Before a Non-Denominational Winter Holiday. was the night before a non-denominational winter holiday when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The neutral gift sacks were hung by the chimney with care in hopes that a non-specific holiday figure would soon be there. Children of every race, creed, and nationality were resting all snug in their beds while visions of sugar-free plums danced in their heads. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I got up out of bed to see what was the matter and to see who was violating the neighborhood sound level ordinance. But what to my wondering eyes did appear but an emissions-free vehicle, an 8-size challenge reindeer. Holiday figure was so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be holiday figure. He had a broad but normal face and an advanced-sized belly, and he laughed, "Lady of the evening, lady of the evening, lady of the evening." You believe that? What in the world? You can't even say ho, ho, ho no more. What kind of commie crap is this? I don't care who you are. His name is Santa Claus, and he cracks deer with a horsewhip, breaks into people's houses, drinks rum and eggnog, and looks like Uncle Jesse from Dukes of Hazzard.
Season's greetings and best wishes for a happy, healthy, and wonderful new year. I'm Randy Turner, the Ran Man, and this is my celebration of the season, heard around the world from 92.9 WBPM.
And there were in the same country shepherds, abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night. And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them. And the glory of the Lord shone round about them. And they were sore afraid. And the angel said unto them, Fear not. For behold, I bring you tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. And suddenly there was with the angel a multitude of the heavenly host praising God, and saying, Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace, goodwill toward men.
Jingle bells, ring bells.
Hey, stop that.
Why?
Because it's not nice.
Okay.
Even though it's true, right? This is Randy Turner's celebration of the season from 92.9 WBPM.
Happy birthday!
That hat brought Frosty to life. It must be magic.
Magic? My hat magic?
Just look.
If that hat is magic, I want it back.
But it's not yours anymore. You threw it away.
Don't talk back to your elders, you naughty, naughty little girl. And you stay in there, or there'll be no carrots for Christmas.
But you can't take that hat back. It brought Frosty to life.
You saw it happen.
I saw nothing of the kind. Quiet. I can't lose that hat if it's really got magic now. It'd make me a millionaire magician.
But we saw Frosty come to life, didn't we?
Uh-huh. Oh, we sure did.
You silly children believe everything you see. When you're grown up, you'll realize that Snowman can't come to life.
But we...
Silly, silly, silly.
Oh, Frosty, we don't care what grown-ups say. We know you did come to life.
We know, Frosty. We just know.
Frosty the Snowman.
Don't cry, Karen. Frosty's not gone for good. You see, he was made out of Christmas snow, and Christmas snow can never disappear completely. Oh, it sometimes goes away for almost a year at a time and takes the form of spring and summer rain. But you can bet your boots that when a good, jolly December wind kisses it, it'll turn into Christmas snow all over again.
You're listening to Randy Turner's celebration of the season from 92.9 WBPM.
Woo!
the Walmart.
Merry Christmas, Jonathan.
Merry Christmas, you guys.
Remembering the late John Denver and Jim Henson's Muppets. I think the whole crew got together for that one. I hear Kermit and Fozzie, Piggy, Gonzo, Dr. Teeth, and the Electric Mayhem sing on that one as well. It's Silent Night on my celebration of the season. Well, I've got time to play just a few more songs for you, and they're the two that I get the most requests for every year. Stick around for the final segment of my international celebration of the season from 92.9 WBPM.
We're playing all the biggest hits of the Christmas season. 92.9 WBPM.
Everybody's so happy about. Don't you know it's Christmas?
Well, if it isn't Santa's jolly little oaf.
After a few days of dragging Christmas packages around, let's see you be jolly, Roger.
This is an international celebration of the season from 92.9 WBPM, featuring Christmas comedy, Christmas narratives, and a variety of other recordings that I'm still not quite sure how to describe, but they sure are a lot of fun. I'm Randy Turner, the Ran Man. And I started my special celebration of the season more than 25 years ago. Now, at the time, my Christmas library was considerably smaller, and the show was much, much shorter. But since then, much of my family and many friends all around the world have made it as big a part of their Christmas holiday as having a decorated tree in the living room. Over the last decade, my celebration of the season has been heard in Canada, Mexico, England, France, Germany, Italy, Australia, and probably a few other places that I forgot about. And every year, people tell me that their two favorite Christmas songs from my collection are Billy Crystal's wacky version of Mel Torme's The Christmas Song and Joe Dolce's Italian 12 Days of Christmas. Friends and neighbors, don't tell the FCC I said this, but start your tape recorders now, because here they come as my celebration of the season continues from 92.9 WBPM.
Can't eat it. For me to buzz, and I put about the 3 pizza pies. Zellos, you eat the 2 garlic cloves, your breath is smelling, and 1 bowl of Parmesan and cheese, mamma mia.
You're listening to Randy Turner's celebration of the season from 92.9 WBPM.
We're closed!
And with that, we'll conclude my special international celebration of the season heard around the world for more than 25 years. I need to say thank you to the people who have given us the great variety of Christmas music that I feature on this show. I can't possibly list them all, but among them are Bob Rivers, Joe Dolce, Billy Crystal, Stan Freberg, Lou Monte, Burl Ives, Ray Buchanan, and Dickie Goodman. Without them, this show wouldn't even be possible. And without their music, Christmas wouldn't be the same. Speaking of this show, it's not the kind of radio program you put together in 5 minutes. Many hours of planning and a lifetime of record shopping were necessary to make my celebration of the season possible. I've been doing this show every Christmas for more than 25 years. I'm proud to be able to share it with you here at 92.9 WBPM. It's an annual tradition in my house, and I hope it will become one in yours. You know, we've shared a lot of laughs and smiles over the last 4 hours, but in between the records, what I've been trying to do is share with you a serious message for the Christmas holiday. If you remember only one thing about this radio station and what we do here at 92.9 WBPM, it should be this. We try hard to make everyone always feel included in everything we do. We know there are people who listen to this radio station who are alone. Some of them live in just one room. There are people who don't get much mail, people who don't get any phone calls, and people who might not have much, if any, family around them for the Christmas holiday season. I encourage you to take the joy and love you have within your family and your home and reach out to those people because they're your neighbors. Include them in your celebration of the holiday and help them realize that they're not alone. Said another way, we're glad that you're part of the 92.9 WBPM family. Make someone just as glad to be part of yours. I'm Randy Turner, the Ran Man. May Christmas bring you and your family much joy and happiness, and best wishes in the coming year. Merry Christmas, everybody.
I guess you were right, Linus. I guess I really don't know what Christmas is all about. That's what Christmas is all about, Charlie Brown.
Randy Turner's celebration of the season was a special presentation of Randman Productions in association with 92.9 WBPM, Saugerties, Kingston, Poughkeepsie, New York.